as a leader, you only have so much time and energy to pour into your team. So when it comes to that opportunity cost of doing something at the expense of something else, do you put your time and energy into those poor performers who really need your time? Or do you put it into the high performers who deserve your time? Well, it may sound harsh, but the answer is you put your time into the high performers, those people who deserve your time, the people who are taking your coaching and are open to it, who are taking action and who are getting results, the people who are performing. If you pour into them, they're going to perform even better. They're going to create even more results. Whereas the low performers need your time because they need to tell you why it's not their fault and why they can't get it done and why they hear what you're saying, but what about this and this? And they have another idea. And they need you to spend time with them to help them and hold their hand and get them moving. But they're just not going to have the return on the investment of your time and energy as the high performers do, those people who deserve it. See, let's just use some math here. This isn't science, but it is math. If your low performers are producing, say, a value of 1, and your high performers are producing a value of 5, well, if you could pour into either of those groups and double their output, you would take the low performers from a 1 to a 2. But you would take the high performers from a 5 to a 10. Even if you only bumped those high performers 20%, it's that same 1 from 5 to 6 would be a 20% increase as the doubling of the low performers from 1 to 2. So the return on the investment of your time and energy is so much greater with the high performers. Now, that doesn't mean you abandon the low performers. I'm not saying don't spend any time with them. It's when you have to choose where to put your time. Choose the people who deserve it. And make clear to those people who need you that, listen, the way you get my time is to take my coaching, is to take action, and to get results. If you do the work, you'll deserve my time. That's how I decide who I'm going to spend time with. I spend time with people who deserve my time, not the people who need it. So be someone who deserves it, not someone who needs it, and I'll work with you. Just put in the effort, and I'll work with you. And hopefully we can move you from a low performer to a high performer, and then the high performers to even higher performers. And the problem here is that if you do it the other way around and you put your time into the low performers, thinking, well, I'll get them all up to high performers. Well, everybody wants your time. And so the high performers want your time too. And when they don't get it, they're going to get discouraged and they're going to be dissatisfied and they're going to ultimately leave. And now you've lost your high performers and you've kept only the low performers. Whereas if you do it the opposite way, and again, everybody wants your time, well, the low performers might get frustrated and dissatisfied and disgruntled and they leave. Well, now you're left with the high performers. You can go get new high performers. So don't think that you can get away with no consequences of not giving everyone your time, but you also just can't give everyone your time. So when you have to choose, if you're going to lose somebody, would you rather lose the low performers or the high performers? So it's a little bit counterintuitive sometimes to feel like, well, I don't want to abandon the people that need me the most. Well, you can't be everywhere for everyone. And these people deserve you. These people just need you. So make clear what it takes to get your time. But when you have to choose the people who deserve it.